You are on India Today podcasts and you are in the Sledging room.
Saurabh, Keshuk, after what happened this weekend, it's only right if we start this podcast with a, small story. It's quite difficult to find, cabs and autos and bikes late in the evenings after the shift because of the, demand, surge traffic and all that in Noida, where we are presently bringing this Sledging Room podcast from. And when our colleague Saurabh Kumar booked his vehicle yesterday to head home after his shift, within seconds he saw a considerable amount from his bank vanish. Saurabh, it was heartbreaking for him, right? Because hard-earned money going for nothing. As in, the problem is the bill amount was something, and the deducted amount was considerably higher than that sum.
5 times more than...
5 times more than that sum.
You were promised something and you then got something completely else.
Just like how the 190-run lead, vanished in a couple of hours in Hyderabad. Saurabh's story and his heartbreak, reflects the mood that Indian cricket fans have had over the last 2 days. It was heartbreaking to see that, Saurabh. Kingshuk, billed as favourites, billed as overwhelming favourites in this very room. India went down 1-0 in a span of 4 days. It didn't look like that for the first 2 days, right? But suddenly, things changed. And the much talked about Bazball. It's funny that every time England comes somewhere, it won't work in Pakistan. It won't work in Australia. It won't work against Australia in the Ashes. They've proved naysayers wrong. And they have proved us naysayers wrong once again by taking a 1-0 lead with a sensational win, which Ben Stokes calls the greatest win.
One of the greatest
in the Bazball era.
Overseas.
No, greatest win in the Bazball era.
Oh, did he? Okay.
And one of the greatest wins overseas. Saurabh, Kingshuk, first thoughts as in, how disappointed were you? Or did you even expect that England could make this comeback after the first 2 days in the Hyderabad test?
Definitely not.
Starting with the bang.
After all that, what happened in the first 2 days, you bowl out England for 246. And then your young opener comes out all flashing, hits sixes, boundaries for fun.
Yeah.
And then you enter day one in supreme lead position. Day two also you were there.
Yeah.
But day three changed it completely. That Oli Pope knock.
Yeah.
One of the greatest test knock by any visitor batter in Indian test conditions. But more than that Oli Pope knock, you know what disappointed me? I will come straight to that. What our dear captain Rohit Sharma was doing in the field.
Looking as clueless as Kingshuk in this podcast room, right?
So Kingshuk is always clueless.
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma was not this clueless when he was playing an ODI World Cup. But in test cricket, he does seem to be clueless, right? How can you lose a test match after taking 190-run lead? I think this is the first time when India have lost a home test after taking 100+ lead.
Yes.
How can you do that? So Rohit Sharma, to put things into context, Rohit Sharma has now lost 2 home tests in a span of 11-12 months.
7 test matches in total.
Yes. How? I mean, your spin bowling lineup was supposed to be one of the greatest in the world. You are playing in home conditions. England were out of the contest. People rated them out of the contest before the game started, saying they have an inexperienced bowling lineup. Even I said it. You said it on this very podcast. We said it in our last episode. But things turned completely.
Yeah.
Ashwin and Jadeja considered more than 100 runs, both of them, for the first time while they were playing together in a test match in India. How? What went wrong? I don't understand what happened.
Did you react like this when you got home yesterday, seeing the deduction?
I was furious.
Yeah, na?
I was furious.
So you're disappointed less, you're furious and irritated more, is
Absolutely.
it? Okay.
Because these are 2 incidents which happened in a span of 3 days.
Yeah.
And I did not expect any of them. But both of them happened.
Yeah, which felt more personal, Saurabh.
Obviously, losing your money feels more personal.
But Kingshuk, I think, is happy, yaar. Bazball, he has been a staunch supporter of Bazball. If you, our readers and listeners, if you go back to the first season of Sledging Room, whenever Kingshuk has made those guest appearances on the podcast, Sledging Room podcast, he has always backed Bazball, right? Kingshuk, are you happy that critics were proved wrong? Critics like me and Saurabh were proved wrong by your favorite. Is Brendan McCullum your favorite?
One of my favorite
Yeah.
coaches going right now. But yeah, well, I'm excited for the future of Test cricket, to be honest. And I think Baz McCullum and his team have always gone to conditions and proved people wrong. And it is always about them proving people wrong, like you mentioned at the start of the podcast. And that's about it. I mean, Baz McCullum said that they'll do it in a certain way, and they did it in a certain way. And it was puzzling to see when someone like Ben Duckett or Ollie Pope comes and says that we will use reverse sweep as our main defense against India spinners. And okay, that worked. So yeah, excited.
Sort of from here, if you have already said that Ollie Pope's 196 was kind of a game changer.
Absolutely, it was.
What was the turning point according to you in the first test? Like whether it was the first innings where we kind of threw away our wickets, could have pushed for more. That is what Rahul Dravid said, right?
Yeah, definitely.
We kind of did not regret the way we played in the second innings, but I thought there were 70-80 runs for the taking in the first innings, which we failed to do. Is that a right assessment of how India played? That first innings, did that cost them?
It did cost us, but it was not just that first innings. I mean, what were your batters doing in the second innings? What about Shubman Gill?
Yeah.
You take that number 3 position in Test cricket. So Rohit Sharma has come out and said earlier, I think last month or before that Shubman Gill wanted to bat at number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, good. He has proved his credentials in ODI cricket,
Yeah.
and now he wants to bat at number 3. What are you doing at number 3? How many matches are you saving for India? How many runs are you scoring for India?
Yeah.
I think in the previous podcast also we have discussed that Shubman Gill is eventually going to the number 4 position in the cricket team, and that's why the supposed demotion at number 3. Now, Dinesh Karthik said that a stretch of 10 poor innings brings Shubman Gill's career on the line.
Test career on the line.
Test
yes.
career on the line.
Yeah.
And like I am definitely scared for him. Like I think if he fails in Vizag in the next test match, he might be axed from the Indian test team.
Should he be axed?
Definitely he should be axed. You know, before Rohit Sharma, there was a certain Virat Kohli and a certain Ravi Shastri,
Yes.
who are known for this chopping and changes when they wanted to, and it looked that they wanted to make this for India to win test matches, and they gave you the results. Their team under Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri, with the ball, with the bat, it was there.
Yeah. I think there was an infamous record where they went for 11-12 tests without a same 11. Like
Yeah.
there was chopping
Absolutely.
and changing all
But
the time.
how does that matter if you're winning test matches for India? That is what everyone wants, right?
Yeah.
You, me, an average Indian cricket fan,
Yeah.
or a cricket expert, everybody wants India to win the test match. No matter what you do on the field, that is not our problem. We want you to win the games. By fair means, obviously.
Yeah. No, by sandpaper, no. No one's saying
I'm
use sandpaper. No.
No, only Australians use that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Praveen Kumar did say to Lalan Top that everybody is doing it.
When that he might have seen it, but we don't have any further
Like,
instance of
caught.
proving it.
Caught in the act.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But that's different. That's different. yeah.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
So what happens is, you had a proper lead. So Akshay Patel and Ravindra Jadeja were batting beautifully.
Yeah.
But then when you come to bat on day 3 first session, you just shut out. You just want to stay there. Why?
Yeah.
I am not saying you to follow the Bazball technique. You don't have to go for boundaries every over. Fine.
So, sort of if you look at it in the first innings, it was India who Bazballed.
Absolutely. Why will you not score runs? And then Joe Root spell came. You were bowled out
Yeah.
for 471 or something. And then came the England batter. Ashwin, Jadeja and Akshar, they were doing their job till Stokes' wicket. After that, a certain Ben Stokes came in, and he and Ollie Pope took the game away from you. What was happening? You let them pile on runs. I will also point
Is
out...
that the bowler's mistake or the captain's mistake that they did pile up runs by stealing singles and twos and
Obviously, the captain's mistake. Because, there is a famous line which Saurav Ganguly said. When he was talking about MS Dhoni in a certain podcast, he said, player talented होता है, player को बड़ा मैच में बनाना कप्तान के हाथ में होता है. अगर मुझे पता है कि वो अच्छा बैटिंग करेगा, then I will promote him. And he promoted Dhoni so he could bat at number 3, score those runs and prove himself. Now Ashwin as a bowler is a wily off-spinner, no doubt about that. He has got terrific record in India. But you need to back your bowlers with proper field placements.
Yeah.
You saw how Stokes was backing Tom Hartley.
Yes.
Oh my God. With his fielding and with his captaincy acumen. That was sensational.
Yeah. I think against like players like Ben Stokes, Tom Hartley, and Rehan Ahmed, we had I think 4 boundary raiders.
Absolutely.
Like long on covers, deep square leg. Were you scared? As in, can't you trust Ashwin and Jadeja enough to, or just give them the cushion?
One more instance I'd like to point out. In the second innings, when India came out to bat while chasing 200 and the target, Rohit and Yashasvi was batting very wisely.
Yeah.
But you saw there was a forward shot like for Yashasvi as well.
Yes.
They knew he will come out for
Short
Tom
cover.
Hartley.
Yeah.
And that paid him.
Yeah.
That paid Ben Stokes, that paid Hartley, that paid
Even
England.
Shubman Gill was caught at short
Yes.
cover.
So if you don't have that attacking feel, if you don't have attacking mindset,
Yeah.
if you don't test and prod with your field placements, how will you get those wickets? Do you expect your bowlers to do magic and you just sit and watch, let the things happen? That is not
Coming
going to
back
work.
to your question, Kingshuk, Saurabh has given his viewpoint that Rohit Sharma is to be blamed for how England scored those runs in the second
And even
innings.
Rahul Dravid.
Rahul, okay. Watching from the sidelines. Yeah. But Ashwin and Jadeja, why do we rate them so much? Experienced, world number 1 and world number 2 or 3, if not 4, 5, top 5, right? And having had so much experience, we saw Ashwin in that BCCI awards also, right? He said, Bazball is entertaining. Was he kind of spooked by the Bazball approach? Like, of course, Rohit Sharma didn't have the fields, but as a senior bowler, you can walk up to your captain and ask for the fields. That's what you were supposed to do, right? Is it Ashwin and Jadeja's fault also? Like, if you saw the graduation of that innings, they bowled full tosses.
Yeah.
Oli Pope felt full tosses. So is it only right to blame the captain? Like, you have 2 champion bowlers. Should they not put up their hand and say that, okay, I'll get the wicket for you? Were they spooked by the approach that Oli Pope had, that reverse sweeps? Like, I think they scored around more than 30 runs through that reverse sweeps, England in their second innings. Most in a test since records began to be recorded, right?
I think that definitely sets off the bowler that, I cannot bowl that length anymore.
Yeah.
That happened with Tom Hartley also in the
No,
first
that can
innings.
happen with the Tom Hartley. That can happen with the
Matthew
Kuhneman. But Ashwin and Jadeja nearly 500 and 800 wickets together. How can they let that happen?
Because I think, so if he got disturbed to bowl his length, I think, so let's agree that Ashwin and Jadeja had an off-test match.
Yeah.
And you are allowed to have that. I think I support Saurav in this argument where he says that Rohit Sharma is the captain. The onus is on him to change the plans. Yes, Ashwin and Jadeja can obviously go up, but Rohit Sharma, who is standing away from the bowling mark and watching the game as it unfolds, why couldn't he put up a fielder closer in?
Which other Indian captain has done it?
And
Who
you
was
know,
the
when
predecessor?
you are Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli.
So you are
Jasprit
questioning
Bumrah is the
Ashwin and
correct
Jadeja.
Yeah. As in, I am saying Rohit
So, no,
is
let-
not the only guy to be blamed here.
I will say you. I will
talk about 36-year-olds and their experience, world number 1,
So,
the best bowlers.
What
in
did Ashwin do in that second innings? Now
Bowled full
let
tosses.
me tell you what he did.
Conceded
You
4.1
know,
runs.
who is England's best test batter in this year?
Joe Root.
Okay, Bumrah got him.
Yeah.
Who is England's most reliant batter? Who ever reliant batter?
Tom Hartley.
Ben Stokes. Why are you not naming him? Akshay, are you afraid?
Ben Stokes. Okay, Ben Stokes.
Who got Ben Stokes out? And how did he get Ben Stokes out?
And also, Akshay, like, since you began that witch hunt, I just want to point out that this wasn't a rank turner.
Yeah.
In fact, it was a slow turner.
Yeah.
Throughout the 4 days of the test match.
Yeah.
Ashwin and Jadeja are incredibly well when the ball jumps and sharply turns at pace. We have seen it in the 2021 test series against England.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case here.
No,
Why you can't blame
Jade-
Ashwin? Let me.
Yeah.
So Hartley picked 7 wickets
Yeah.
in that second
Hartley
innings.
picked 7 wickets. That's
How
why
he
you
picked-
should blame
how he
Ashwin.
picked 7
Because
wickets?
we
I will
were
tell
so
you.
bad.
How he picked 7 wickets. So his captain gave him short forward leg field placement. He got 2 wickets, Jaiswal and Shubman Gill.
Yeah.
And then other 2 wickets that he got was Ashwin and Siraj. Both stepped out, and he got them stumped.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 wickets he got due to his field placements and agility of his fielders and wicketkeeper.
That ball of the century to KS Bharat.
So, what will you talk? What will you say about?
Okay, let me ask you both one question.
Yeah.
Okay. This Rohit Sharma bashing, I agree that okay, there is
And you know why I am bashing Rohit Sharma. I will bash Rohit Sharma Test captain.
Yeah.
What happened when India played in South Africa? That first test.
Yeah.
What was his field placements? What happened when India played Australia in Indore?
Yeah.
What was his field placement again?
But we won the first 2 tests, sir. What changed?
Yes, because in the first two tests you had Pat Cummins as the captain,
Who was still learning the trade.
who was not just learning
Also
the trade,
going through a personal turmoil at
problem.
that point.
Then they had a Steve Smith, who knew when and what to do as a captain. His field play was terrific.
And
I
very
think
aggressive.
in that BGT series, after Steve Smith became captain, India didn't even win one test.
So third test you lose
Yeah.
in like 7 sessions.
Yeah.
Australia roll you out with their young spin attack, Kuhneman and Murphy. And in the fourth test match, you roll them out a batter's paradise. Virat Kohli scores us 100.
Yeah.
The test is on and you reach the World WTC final. That is what happened.
And I don't think India can
What
afford
happened
that
in
in this
WTC
test
final?
series.
What happened in WTC final? How good was Rohit Sharma as the captain?
We won that WTC final. No.
Oh, we did not win it. Oh.
Yeah. Yes. As in, what I'm meaning to say, I'm not defending Rohit Sharma here.
No, you are defending Rohit Sharma.
No, but why are we saying that? Okay, what is the one major complaint that we have? A lot of people have said it, right?
So
Ashwin should have been India captain. Ashwin should have been India
I
captain.
have three major
Right.
complaints.
He should. A lot of people have said
Yes,
it, right?
yes, yes.
He was a deserved
Yes.
candidate at that time. When you are a senior bowler, why don't you go and tell the captain that I want these fields? You know, Rohit Sharma is not a seasoned captain in Test cricket yet, right? He's learning the trades. He's still going through that phase. He's a very good white ball captain. We all have seen that. ODI World Cup final, IPL titles. But why did these two just, did they give up? Or were they scared of that approach? Or should we just give the credit to Oli Pop? Like there was no way to get out. No, it was not. He did not play a chanceless innings.
I think
There
India
were chances to get him out.
India became very relaxed in their approach. Like we saw Ben Stokes' intensity on that Jadeja run out. They were desperate to get that
Yes,
player out.
yes.
With India, it just did not happen. We were hanging back at so there's no 30-yard circle, but we were hanging back at the edge of the 30-yard circle. Easy singles, easy doubles, no threes, I'm guessing. But again, the boundary riders went sharp enough to put pressure on India, on England. I think that's one of the things that will be looked at in Vizag. And also, you have to argue that our fielders, the aging fielders, are not especially sharp like England are.
Absolutely.
And tiredness could have impacted this test match a lot.
What is there to be tired? Everyone came from a rest.
No, I'm just saying heat and slow pitch
4
and long
days.
sessions.
Come on now. That I don't agree with that. I'm
Then,
sorry.
then why would they hang back?
I'll tell
Let's
you, they will
agree,
hang back.
let's
I will
agree
tell you-
that
I will
cricket
tell you
is
why
a
will
hard
they hang
sport.
back.
It's not as easy as it looks. But to say that in the first test you're tiring, that is too much.
To be very frank with you,
Yeah.
this Indian team was caught napping.
You're saying it's an attitude issue.
Yes, it was. They did not expect England to come back after taking 190 run lead.
Yeah, that is a fair call.
Day 1 you dominated, day 2 you dominated, day 3, okay. What will they do? We have got Ben Stokes. They've got Ben Stokes, Rehan Ahmed and Oli Pop. How many runs will they score? Because you know why I'm saying this? On day 3, so I was sitting here, I was listening to the press conference. India bowling coach Paras Mahabre came. So he was asked about the target. So England are piling on runs. He's like, why are we thinking about target right now? We will see what we can do in the morning session. We'll bowl them out and then change whatever comes our way. So you were too overconfident despite conceding so many runs on day 3. This was what Indian bowling coach said, that we are not thinking about any target. Why will you not think about a target? 4-day test match. You have to chase a target in 4th innings. What are you thinking about?
And you know
and
what?
you have an inexperienced middle order. KL Rahul has performed. Jadeja has performed. Iyer and Gill, question marks on their batting form. Rohit Sharma, question mark on his batting form in Test cricket. Jaiswal did his job in first innings. Do you expect him to do the job in every innings? What is
That
this?
brings me to this question: are we missing that intensity merchant? Like not just as a captain,
How
but
many
just as a player.
How many intensity merchants are you talking about? Virat Kohli, Ravi Shastri, Rishabh Pant. Which one are you talking about?
Virat in this case.
Absolutely, we are missing Virat.
As in,
we are
not
missing
just
Rohit.
as a captain, but as a player as well, right? As in, would he have allowed Oli Pop to get away with so many reverse? Yeah, he could have at least gone up to his face and said
Yeah.
something.
And he could
From
have
the
gone to
slip
Rohit
cordon.
Sharma and told him.
But you don't
"Brother,
win
change the
test matches
field.
like that.
You don't win test
You
matches.
win test
Paddy
matches.
Cummins has proved that you don't win test matches like that.
People
Pat
have
Cummins has
different
won-
ways
Pat
of
Cummins
winning
has won
tests.
test matches in Australia. Let him win a test match in India. Then we will talk.
WTC final.
He did not win in India. He won in England.
England.
But still.
No, let him win a test match in India. Then we will
But
talk.
it's
As
again.
in, we are not sitting here and doubting Virat Kohli's credentials as a test player or as a test captain.
We're doubting Rohit Sharma's now.
Yeah, we are. Obviously, we are. So,
So
why
you-
I am saying
are you
this-
saying that Virat's presence wouldn't have made a difference to the test?
No, of course it would have. The middle order looks completely
No, not just
different.
the batting. Okay, even if he had gotten out
I
for a
think
duck.
if you're saying that in terms of attitude, it would have I think England would have just played better, man. I mean, we saw that in the Birmingham Test in 2022 when Virat riled up Johnny Bairstow and Johnny Bairstow and Joe Root
Again, you are
combined to
missing
absolute.
things. Playing a
No,
test match
I'm just saying, based on the existing proof that we have. I am saying that in terms of attitude, Bazball seems to thrive when under extreme pressure. That's what I'm
Bazball
saying.
thrived in India in the first test, and it did not thrive. They altered their approach. If you look at their batting, it was not Bazball.
Why is that not Bazball?
Because Bazball is senseless batting. To be very
Who
frank.
said?
I wouldn't agree
Who
with
said
that.
No,
that?
that is what it is.
No, absolutely
It
not.
is-
They have
Brendan
come
McCullum has time
and again said.
Brandon McCullum to his
That
come-
don't
his-
call this.
Brandon McCullum
Don't
has come
call
out-
it that way.
Brandon McCullum has come out and said, please don't call it Bazball.
Yes.
Do you not call it Bazball?
We do call it, but he doesn't want to be called that way. As in,
He
I
says a
wouldn't
lot of
agree
things-
with
he
that.
says- no, he says a
Now,
lot of
I
things that you
wouldn't
don't
agree
agree
with you calling it senseless.
It is senseless batting.
They have
Absolutely
evolved.
not.
They have evolved.
Because every time you go and ask them,
Yeah.
in this test match,
Nah, it's fearless batting. It's just eliminating the fear of failure. Like what exactly India had in the second innings, something that you shouldn't have, is what Bazball is about, right?
Yeah.
And taking bold calls on the field. Like they declared before on day one in the first test in the Ashes.
Yes.
That was a bold call. Whether it pays off or not is something that. But to call it senseless,
It is
I wouldn't
senseless.
agree with you.
And also
Why- I'll
Ashes,
tell you why it's
England
senseless.
were able to draw Ashes because they dropped that senseless approach. And Harry Brook paved the way. I think he got out to a couple of bouncers in the first two test matches.
yes.
And he just stopped playing that shot throughout. England would have won that test match
And
if fourth test
I
wouldn't
don't
have
know
been
why-
washed out
whatever
due to
you
rain.
guys- But this was not Bazball. They
As in-
changed.
They were not aggressive.
They were sensible.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
I will laud Ben Stokes. I will laud Baz McCullum. They were brilliant. Their team was brilliant, but this was not Bazball.
Maybe
altered
this is
their
the
approach.
version of Bazball. So.
This is the version of Bazball
That they want
will
to
wo-
get there. They want to get
Okay,
to.
that I agree with.
Which still is Bazball.
No,
it's
is not
still
Bazball.
Bazball.
It is not Bazball.
Why?
You have altered the
a
approach.
number 5 player reverse sweeping so many times is not Bazball, then I don't know what it is. Have you ever seen someone
but-
playing so many reverse sweeps?
Okay, so
putting
if you're talking
someone
about
off-
reverse sweeps,
Yeah.
if you go and look at how they have batted, reverse sweep is their way of defending.
Yes.
ठीक है?
That is the different approach.
And that is what McCullum has again and again talked about, is that you soak in the pressure when you need to soak it.
Okay, so
and then
let,
you
let
hit
me
it
ask
out.
you guys two questions. First,
yeah.
if you have to name 3 villains of this test match,
Ooh. See, don't call out these names, man. I mean,
why would
I
you call out names? They are not performing. They're being paid handsomely.
3
They're not
test
performing.
match, last 3 home tests, how many have you won? 0.
Yeah.
Okay, so like we are creating a pattern now, is it? Like who have been the underperformers
You
over
have to
the
question
period
them.
of test?
And why not
We,
hold
we
them
can,
in
we
sledging
can,
room?
we
Hold
can.
3 people responsible.
You are in sledging room. You will
Yeah,
question
hold it,
people.
hold it. So,
I'm asking you both.
Iyer Shubman are the only 2 players I think who need to step up, and to some part Rohit Sharma for me, because he has to do better as a captain and especially as an Indian opener, because the rest of the lineup is quite young right now.
If you
For
ask
me, it's Rohit,
okay,
Ashwin,
okay.
and Iyer.
Rohit, Rahul Dravid.
Oh,
Okay. I did not know that we could take the name of the
Obviously,
coach.
team management.
yeah. Bazball, you
And
you
Shubman Gill.
gave so much credit
Sorry,
to McCullum.
sorry.
And Shubman Gill.
Yeah.
And wait, Rohit, Dravid, and Gill,
Shubman-
is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
But Shreyas Iyer, I would once again point it out,
You know why I will not
as
question
the
Shreyas Iyer?
specialist spin
You know
batter.
why I will not question Shreyas Iyer? He is the last Indian batter to play match-winning innings in a subcontinent spinning track.
Bangladesh.
If he was not there, he could have lost your first test to Bangladesh also.
That is agreed, but the last 10 matches Shreyas Iyer has batted in, he has not performed well at
Oh,
all.
absolutely.
Does he have a 50 in the last 10 test matches?
Yes, he has.
How many? One.
One.
I don't think he has even one. I'll have to check that.
He has
but
one.
I don't think.
But you know
has
what?
150.
I never thought, like, when Virat and Shastri were in charge, sort of coming back to that point, I never thought we'd be sitting in a room like this and, wondering where it went wrong and lauding an opposition captain and opposition coach for their approach. How would it have been had Ravi Shastri gone up against, McCullum? How would that battle would have played? How would...
Bhaad mein gaya pitch.
Haan.
Take pitch out of the equation, boys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
20 wickets is what Ravi Shastri has again and again stressed on. England spinners, the young England spin attack took more wickets than the experienced Indian spin attack.
You know,
The-
on day
we
on
go
day
back to
three-
that Gabba
on-
test.
on day 3, when Oli Pope, Ben Stokes, Rehan Ahmed, Tom Hartley, they were picking those single, double and boundaries for fun. When Ravi Shastri was commenting, he was fuming. Ravi Shastri was slamming Rohit Sharma and his field placements. And this is what you expected of Rahul Dravid. He could have called Rohit. They are, Test cricket. The best thing about they are sessions.
Yeah.
You get breaks. You win sessions to win a test match.
Exactly.
And there is the role of your team manager, the coach, and other support staff.
I think Test cricket is a format which allows
Yes,
outside
absolutely,
inputs to
absolutely.
Yeah.
In that series in Australia, you are actually playing an understand Team India. Injury riled up. Rahane was the captain. Shastri was there in that dressing room.
Yeah.
Shubman Gill Pant, he backed them to play their natural game. In that Gaba test also, go and play their game.
What
Go
was
for
that
the
bowling attack? You took 20 wickets in that test as well, right?
Yes. So the coach has to be held responsible. If you reach the World Cup final by playing good cricket, if you get plaudits for that, you have to take the blame also. Why not?
Regardless of whatever happens in the rest of the series, is it time to look past Rohit and Dravid as Test team management heads?
But who will you have as a test captain?
He is going to bring back Virat, man. Don't ask him that.
Yeah, as in, if
Virat is not going to come back. Once he's gone, he's gone.
yeah,
He's
as
not going
in,
to come back.
if you can convince him to lead till the end of this World Test Championship cycle, nothing like it. But do you have other replacements?
Who do you want? Who will replace him? Bumrah.
Only guy that has captained test match.
Our
For
last podcast was titled, "Is it the start of the end of Bazball?"
And now it's just
And now we are discussing.
That's actually a great title. Is the start of the end of Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid? We can name that for sure.
Exactly. In
But
a
you have
span
to,
of
you have
4
to credit
days.
Ben Stokes, Baz McCullum.
Yeah. As in, I wanted to ask
He's finally come to that.
No, I am not come to that.
asking-
What I'm saying, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. I'm asking.
What I'm saying is, what I'm crediting Baz McCullum and Ben Stokes is for the way they have altered their approach to win a test match in India.
Evolved.
Yes.
Altered.
Their approach.
And this is a learning from series to series, if you see. They come to the subcontinent, get absolute roads, and they hit Pakistan out and they bowl Pakistan
that
out.
was a very good approach. Score at 5. Make sure that you
More
have
than
enough
5, yeah.
time to bowl Pakistan out.
And also, I think people are making this pitch seem like a death track, which it was not.
No,
Hyderabad.
absolutely
It was not a
4.5.
It was a very good test cricket pitch.
Everybody scored at a rate of 4.5.
Yeah.
And one can argue that it was the batter's mistake in the first innings when they just kept
Absolutely.
throwing their wickets out.
Yeah.
We could have scored a lot more, and we needed that 50-60 extra run ka cushion to beat England.
Exactly. In the first innings, Ashwin got run out. Apart from him, almost every batter got out while hitting a 6.
Yeah.
Every
single one
batter,
of them.
every single batter. And you have to create the field placement of Stokes for that also. When his bowlers were getting hit.
So
Tom Hartley.
captaincy, think tank,
Absolutely.
and Bazball.
Okay, so now let me ask you. So first test is gone. You lost that.
Yeah.
Jadeja, your highest run scorers, and Rahul, your second
Give
highest.
some context to our listeners.
So
Yeah.
the latest news that has come out from BCI, they have released a statement which says Ravin Jadeja and KL Rahul, they are out of the second test match.
Yeah.
And they have named 3 replacements. Sarfaraz Khan, Washington Sundar,
Saurabh
and
Kumar.
Saurabh Kumar.
Yeah.
Well,
Not me,
namesake.
not me.
Congratulations.
Not me.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
The UP cricketer
Saurabh
who has
is a
performed
right-
admirably in last 3-4 years.
Right-handed off spinner.
Yeah.
Not a left-arm spinner.
I don't know if I'm a spinner, I'm a fast bowler, but
Yeah.
and now you don't have a Jadeja or KL Rahul for that second test match.
Yeah.
So who do you
No
think?
Virat Kohli as well.
No, Virat Kohli was not there in the first test match also, so
Yeah.
we'll not be discussing about him. Who do you think will replace these two in that test side? India's playing England for the second test.
I think for Jadeja, the easiest call you can make is Washi Sundar. And for KL Rahul, you'll have to put your punt on either Rajat Patidar or maybe Sarfaraz
So you will
Khan.
play 2 off spinners.
What is your option? You
Kuldeep?
bring in Kuldeep. He turns the same way.
How is
What will you
Kuldeep
do?
is a much better
He's
spinner
a
than
risk.
Jadeja.
He
and
is,
Ashwin.
but a
but-
variation.
But would you lessen one more batter in the lineup?
So what?
That is a concern.
What I will say is, you did not use Siraj. Why will you play him? Play a Kuldeep ahead of Siraj. Okay, listen to me.
4
And then-
spinners and 1 pacer.
Yes,
What you're suggesting.
yes, and an extra batter.
So Washington also plays there in your 11 or doesn't play.
Saurabh Kumar plays ahead of Washington.
Oh,
Yeah.
debut.
So Saurabh Kumar,
Yeah.
Kuldeep, Aksar and Ashwin.
Yes.
And KS Bharat or Sarfaraz.
But-
No. Rajat Patidar or Sarfaraz.
Sarfaraz. I will go for Sarfaraz.
Sarfaraz.
He's a truckload of runs in
See,
Ranji cricket.
that will be the boldest call. I mean, coming into the Hyderabad test match, I remember when England announced their lineup at the first.
They called Joe Root their 4th spinner.
Yeah, and everybody said that, oh, it's too much of an overkill. What have you done? Just one pacer. would not work out. They bowled Mark Wood for the first 2 or 4 overs on day one.
Absolutely.
And again, they got criticized as hell. But it was a bold call at the end of the day. If I don't think India have it in them to
You know
make
why
that
I am
call.
saying that? I don't know if they will make that call. Did you use Siraj in that first test?
Barely.
Absolutely. And he cannot give you those runs. He did give you those runs in second innings before just sacrificing his wicket by playing a senseless shot, just moving out of VA. But as a bowler, you did not use him. So why play him? Why not play a bowler you will use?
I think they'll take that call essentially after seeing the Vizag pitch.
Yeah.
No, if it allows turn, would you do that?
If it is the same pitch, don't add an extra spinner. There is
I
no
would add
point.
an extra batter in that case.
Yes, don't add an extra spinner.
Because of the fact that we don't have Virat, we don't have KL, we don't have Jaddu. 3 of our best batters in the
In
middle
Test
order.
cricket,
In Test cricket, whether you can agree to disagree with that, but according to me, they are among the top 3.
no, it's not just you and me. The stats say that, right?
Yes.
They have performed whenever the team needed them.
Exactly. So I would probably add an extra. I would also not play Siraj. If the pitch is spinner friendly, I would play 4 spinners and I'd bring in Washington there and then bring Sarfaraz or Patidar because that would give you a cushion in
Sarfaraz
the
or
batting.
Patidar, who will you pick?
No, I haven't seen enough of their first class match. As in, going by current form, both of them have scored.
Yeah. And Patidar was picked first in the team.
But I will pick Sarfaraz. I saw how Patidar was fielding in that first test.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible.
I don't think Sarfaraz will do better, to be honest. I have seen him field for Delhi
No,
Capitals.
but you saw that how many matches did he play for Delhi Capitals?
Whatever he's played, I'm saying that you can argue that Patidar is a more agile fielder than Sarfaraz.
I cannot argue that after what he did in that first test as a substitute fielder.
Fair.
No,
He was relying on Ashwin to stop those boundaries. He was just waiting.
Why didn't Ashwin call?
Ashwin is...
Why didn't Ashwin call?
Saurabh is a huge R. Ashwin fan. So he can't criticize
R.
his
Ashwin
bowling.
has won you so many matches. He gave you
But
the wicket.
when he
So
doesn't
you expect
do
him
well,
to- No, so
was Ashwin
test-
up to the mark on the
test
field
cricket-
in the
test-
first test?
cricket is a team game.
Yeah.
You can't expect R. Ashwin to win you every game.
Yeah.
What are other bowlers doing?
See, guys, this is what Bazball does to teams.
I am again saying it was not Bazball. They altered their approach just so that
It's
they
okay,
could succeed.
but it's done something to you guys.
Tell me something. Should we, at the end of the day, just say that England were better and brave in the second innings?
Absolutely.
And that's why they won this.
That's what you have to say at the start of the day.
Huh.
And end
that,
the day
that is
with...
the crux of the matter.
Yeah, that is the crux of the matter.
But we have come there finally. At
Yeah.
least
But,
better late
but,
than never.
but it does not take away the point that India were absolutely abysmal
Yeah.
with their bowling, with their batting, and the leadership group, the decisions which they took.
Were they scared, Saurabh? Were they just taken aback by that comeback? They, like you said, they were a little overconfident. It seemed they were overconfident.
They were. I was hearing to Paras Mahapre, and I was just looking at whatever he was saying. Why will you not think about a target? You have to chase in the 4th innings.
Yeah.
You know, in India, nobody has chased anything over 150 ever.
Yeah.
Why will you not look at it a smaller target? No, we don't think about a target.
And I also
Who does
have,
that?
And I also have a problem with Rohit Sharma's body language at times.
Absolutely.
When a bowler concedes a boundary or a couple of boundaries, his reactions, as in I wouldn't want to see that from my captain even in the gully cricket that we play,
Absolutely.
right? And look at the way that Brendan McCullum in a Sen radio podcast today beautifully said that Tom Hartley was a what was that punt? Educated punt. Tom Hartley's
performance.
pick.
Yeah.
A lot of people question. He had played only 20 first-class matches and averaged around 33, 34. He said even Nathan Lyon, before he made his test debut, didn't play a lot of first-class matches.
And averaged 40
And
in those games.
when so he said, we saw the skill and we thought he would suit this condition. I'm not saying...
There is a beautiful story actually behind that. So how they selected Tom Hartley was that they did not go to the games, but umpires had cameras on their chest.
Yes.
And they found out that Tom Hartley uses his height to bowl the best version of himself.
Yes.
And they picked him off that. Great job, England. Well done.
Look at that happiness in King Shuk's face. Huh? Predictions, Bazball, everything going right for him. Like where I was coming to is he said, we didn't, as in he's not a great spinner, but we thought he would do the job and his attitude was superb. So we picked him and the backing from the captain. Like if you remember right, in the first innings, first 9 overs, 68 runs or something.
63.
Yes,
63.
63.
Yashasvi Jaiswal hit him for 2 sixes in the first over. One of them nearly on the roof. But Ben Stokes didn't take him off the attack immediately, right? He kept bowling him. He took 2 wickets in the first innings as well. And in that second innings, that confidence kind of rubbed off on him, right? It was beautiful to see how Brendan McCullum articulated all this. I wish instead of saying, okay, we are following the processes, we are doing this, you be more articulate, explain your calls. I think that would bring a lot of education to cricket fans also, right? Whenever you sit in an India press conference, they say, okay, we follow the process.
Boring old stuff.
You have seen faces change,
Yeah.
but the statements remain the same.
Yes.
In Indian cricket, right?
Shubman Gill will do
You
well.
either win or lose. Everything comes down to the process.
One innings can't judge people.
And this is a transparency, I think, that brings a lot of freshness to Test cricket. If you keep saying the same thing in a match that's 5 days long, nobody will be
Okay, while we're
interested.
talking about England, yes, they played good cricket. Let's talk about a certain West Indies team.
Of course.
Oh, forgot about that.
So on that day, on that
World cricket needs a strong West Indies. Does it now need a strong Australia?
So on that Sunday, when India lost the game,
Yeah.
before that game could finish, Samar Joseph, what a bowler, what a performance from that guy when his toe was broken.
It wasn't broken, but it was busted for
It
sure.
was busted for sure.
Yes.
And he came in steaming, running. Steve Smith was batting out of his heart. He was playing those T20 shots. But Samar Joseph made sure that West Indies had their first win in Australia in about 30 years.
27 years.
And that those tears in the eyes of Brian Lara and Carl Hooper could tell you the story. Test cricket is beautiful, but victory in Test cricket gives you so much, so much.
And are we all a little emotional about West Indies? Why?
Because see, if you ask me, I have not seen that West Indies play.
Yeah.
But my uncle, my
Exactly.
father,
My
my
father has told
grandfather,
me so many
they always
stories.
used to say
Yeah.
that you could score runs against any team, you could get past any team. But when you saw that West Indies team, from batting to bowling, to spin bowling to fast bowling, they were unbeatable.
Yeah.
And from that era to this era, where nobody gives a damn what this West Indies team.
Yeah.
They don't. So when this Test team was going to Australia,
Yeah.
Rodney Mars came out and said that they are horrible.
And
They will be
beautiful-
washed away.
Pathetic.
Pathetic.
Pathetic is the word that
beautifully
you use.
summed up at the end of the test by West Indies captain, right?
And the way he showed his muscles.
Yes.
And the way they defeated Australia. Oh my God.
I mean, you could
Beautiful story.
say that this is one of the most romantic wins from West Indies in Australia or any Test match for
You know,
that matter.
Gaba is the best place for an underset
Exactly.
visiting team to win.
What did you tell me? They were destroying Gaba because they were so shit in there.
Yeah, I so
2 Test match losses against under-strength teams, under-prepped teams. I think Shamar Joseph just was
call it them
incredible.
under-prepped.
but
No,
understand.
I'm just
Understrength,
saying that
definitely.
Inexperience.
Inexperience
is the right word.
Under-prepped in the sense that, inexperience probably better because 2023 is the first time Shamar Joseph bowls with the red ball
Yeah.
in a professional cricket setup.
Yeah.
2024
What a
is
story also, right?
Yeah, what a story. And 2024, he just runs through the Australian team
Yeah.
after bowling with, what did he say? They clubbed in fruits and melted plastic to make a ball and played years with that.
Yes.
That's insane, man.
Like it also takes hours of boat ride to get to his village.
2 days, 48
days of
hours to be
boat ride.
specific.
Yeah. Maybe we should find someone from the interiors of
Andaman you want to go to.
Andaman. Easily you can go these days, I think.
Yeah.
But yes, West
What-
Indies, we all feel emotional about West Indies. I think the Kingshuk generation might start feeling emotional about Indian cricket from now on. don't win tests, don't win ICC trophies. The once upon a time team.
But just coming back to that India bit, so this is the observation only from the ODI World Cup final and this test match. When we are under pressure, even in the World Cup final, Rohit Sharma, 80, 12 overs done. When people put us under pressure in that half an hour, 1.5 hour time, we seem to crumble very badly.
We wilt under pressure.
Yeah, we wilt under pressure and it feels impossible to come back from there.
I was controlling myself a lot to not make that MS Dhoni reference in this episode of Sledging Room.
But here we are.
Get him back. Because you can never question his test record, Saurabh.
You cannot question. What are you saying? Akshay?
Never overseas tests. Never in overseas tests. He put the team under pressure. We were flattened from the start, right? Especially from the 2011, 2012. But credit to him. Home
For
test
leaving.
matches.
For leaving.
Home test matches. Okay, Alistair Cook's side beat him. Yes, but
Yeah, proper battering.
yeah.
Wait,
There is only one test captain after Saurav Ganguly who deserves plaudits and everything. That's
Ajinkya
Virat
Rahane.
Kohli. Ajinkya Rahane also. Why not? Ajinkya Rahane, by the way, was the best option to lead India after Virat
But
Kohli
I think
left.
during that transition phase, Rahane was out of the team due to poor form, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people get long ropes.
But you know,
do you think Rahane and Pujara?
You know, Rahane was out of form, but the guys who have replaced him, they are scoring century after centuries, right? Shreyas has scored double 100. Shubman Gill, he's replaced Pujara, but he scored triple 100 now in the last test, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he did not score those.
No, we have been asking
And what
this
is Pujara
question.
doing? Pujara is sitting at his home. He's not doing anything, right?
No, he's not playing Ranji Trophy.
He's not scoring 91 and something. He's not battling his injuries to save roster matches.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything.
No, the yardsticks seem to be different, right? Saurabh?
So Rohit Sharma is a young guy because he's the
one
captain.
says that.
he's riled up. Leave him.
Rohit Sharma is a young guy because he's the captain.
Inexperienced captain is what I said. I didn't
No,
call him
I'm not saying, I'm talking because he himself comes out in the press conference and said, oh, we thought about Pujara, but when we will give the young players chances, then you bench yourself. Give a young player, give
what
Shubman
I'm
Gill
saying
his
is-
proper opening position and you bench yourself.
Could that be an option in Vizag?
Number 3.
Number 3 for Rohit.
Rohit can do it.
Rohit should do something.
But
I don't know what he will do. He should do something if he want to win matches.
see, the yardsticks, Saurabh, you talk about, a little fairly. And I'm not saying you were unfair, you were absolutely right with your criticism. But if you see it, Virat endured a lean patch for a long time, right? But he got the backing. Why not that backing for Pujara and Rahane? And when you look at the 2025 cycle, World Test Championship cycle, you made it to the finals 2 times. Why can't you continue with them for 2 more years? Have these people around, rest them accordingly.
Absolutely. Anil Kumble played test cricket till
Okay,
38.
Rahane hasn't been scoring runs. When Pujara has been a double 100, 100 in this Ranji season, double 100, I'm not sure. Has he hit it? No.
He
100.
did hit a double 100.
He did it at a double 100 and 100. And when your team lacks experience for a test like Vizag, when you're 1-0 down, could you have gone back to Pujara?
Why not? My question is why not? I mean, you are saying we want to give young players chances. Fine. Are these guys performing? Till when will you carry them? What is the yardstick? Why are you laughing, King Sugar? I'm not.
I have the reply to that. That's why you just complete your point. Don't
No,
worry
I
about it.
just said my point.
Okay, fine. So, Rohit Sharma before the test match says that that particular comment that you pointed out was that we did think about the older stars, obviously Pujara and Rahane.
Rahane, as in, I don't know whether they thought
He said
about him.
stars.
Yeah.
So for sure Pujara and Rahane. Nobody
Absolutely, yes.
else is there out of the team. And Rohit said that the best time to give a debut or play a player, give them experience was in home tests. Clearly indicating
So now,
that there
now let
be
me ask one more question.
No, wait. Clearly indicating that they are prioritizing the Australia tour later this year, the 5 test tour that we will be playing.
So they kind of underestimated England.
So, no, I will ask you one more question. Who was the last Indian player to get a home test debut? Jaiswal made his debut in West Indies. Shubman Gill made his debut in Australia.
Mayank made his debut
Mayank
in
in Australia. KL made his debut in Australia. Bumrah made his debut in South Africa. Akshay Patel made his debut in India. One player.
One player. Clearly
How
a culture change now.
What is happening? What is Rohit Sharma? What he's saying? What?
Properly, Saurabh has to sit in front of a table with Rohit Sharma in a press conference.
Yeah.
Ask these questions then and there, Saurabh.
We might have to make the table a little bit wider.
You just tell
Saurav is
me,
going to
am I
jump.
asking wrong questions?
No. I didn't realize that. Yes, when was the last time you gave a young guy home debut? Now you're starting to give them home debut.
2nd February 2024.
And you are not starting to give them home. You have been forced to give them home test debut. One of those will get it. 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Because Virat Kohli is out. And then you have got 2 players out. 2 main playing 11 players out of that test. So you will be forced to give those players a debut.
But that Pujara and Rahane call is also taken keeping WTC 25 final into account. If we reach there, that is.
That is what I am saying.
2025
Why are the yardstick from Rohit Sharma then? How many runs has he scored?
Crucial knocks
When?
against England
When
in
did he
that
play that knock?
2021 series.
Okay.
BGT 100.
BGT 100. Fine. When did that WTC final happen?
2020,
Last
2016.
2016.
2023.
So Rahane is not going 2016.
But
okay.
again-
Then I rest my case.
Yes.
But again, see, my point is that this is a transitioning team. And if Rohit Sharma is to play at least one format, I mean, if you want to let Rohit Sharma go from every format, that's a different story. But Test seems a place where Rohit Sharma will continue beyond 24.
I believe that should not be the case. Like, yeah, he's good in ODIs. If he wants to play T20s, yes.
Yeah, with Indian cricket, we have a problem. We always mix formats.
Yes.
KL Rahul scores runs in ODIs, he comes back in the T20 side.
Comes
Rohit
back to the
Sharma
Test
is
side.
great in ODIs. He is now Test captain. And there are reports, confirmed reports, that Rohit Sharma never wanted that Test captaincy.
Oh.
Never wanted Test captaincy.
So basically what's happened here is that Bazball in, Rohit Sharma out is what we are thinking at the end of the first test.
Before we finish this podcast, what is your series prediction now?
West Indies will do well from here on.
No, I'm talking about India and England.
India and England.
Yeah.
India and England. See, if I have to be, emotional and all that, I'd back an Indian win. But I have a strong feeling that England are not going to let this opportunity go. 3-2 or 3-1 in England's favour, maybe, is my prediction.
Okay, what is your prediction?
I think the Vizag test, their best opportunity to win a test match in this series.
England or India?
Yeah, England. So 2-0 straight up there.
Okay.
Virat Kohli comes in, we draw the series 2-2. One test match in Dharamshala draw.
See, one more thing I am saying here is, if you're 2-0 down, Virat coming back will not magically lift you. As in,
It might.
people have to
You hope.
contribute. It's a team game, like
I have
said.
bashed Rohit Sharma all this podcast.
Yeah.
But I will give him this one leverage. I will back him to win this test series.
That
Either
is just
3-1 or 4.
hypocritical.
No, that is not hypocritical.
How is it not hypocritical?
Because you are playing in
bashed-
India. Because you have made mistakes. It is not that you can't come back and rectify those mistakes.
Yeah.
You have got a gap of 4 days. We have done that in the past.
It
We are
felt
playing
like
in
this
India.
man was going to hit Rohit Sharma across the table. Now he's backed him up.
Because you can't remove him mid-series, right?
Oh, yeah.
What was your approach when India
Yeah,
lost?
see, Saurabh, even I agree that in 2021,
Yes.
India lost to England in Chennai.
Hmm.
But that was kind of not a cultural change with which a team came.
And what happened
kind of threatened you.
when we lost to Australia when we were 36 all out?
36 all out, you had, like you said, you had
Rahane.
Ravi Shastri and
You had Ravi
Rahane.
Shastri and Rahane. Very different
But still, you lost that first test. Then you came back
Yeah.
despite no Virat Kohli.
Yeah.
You did come back. So why can't you come back now?
Because I think England.
in this entire podcast, I have bashed Rohit Sharma on the things he did in that first test.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason that he can't rectify those mistakes in the second test. This is why I will back him to win this test series.
True Indian fan, I have to say.
I am very confident that the think tank in the English side is far superior at the moment than the think tank in the Indian side. At least when it comes to what has happened in, if early signs are anything to go by, Baz and Stokes are well equipped to win this series.
I am not a Bazball supporter. You guys are, I think.
Yeah.
But one guy who's actually doing Bazball in this podcast, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sticking to his approach.
Fair.
Yeah.
In that last podcast also, I said India will win. Here also I am saying.
Yeah.
Because when Tom
No,
Hartley was Tom Hartley was
we are the new
listen to me.
Bazball, which adopts to conditions. We see India
You
lost the
change
first
your
test.
approach.
Yeah.
When Tom Hartley was being hit in the first innings,
Yeah.
Ben Stokes backed him. When Rohit Sharma has lost his first match, I am backing him.
Rahul Dravid should back him. They should sit and work.
They will work.
Yeah.
They will work. They will win this series.
That is superb, Saurabh. That is an unreal comparison.
Yeah. What happens at Vizag? Tell me that quickly before we wrap. Vizag predictions.
I have told you India will win the series.
Weekend side.
I have told you India have won the series, so they will definitely win this test match.
Vizag.
Yeah.
Lost
Day 4
by-
win.
Lost by 75 runs
Okay.
in Vizag.
I also think India might go 2-0 down, but I'm not, like Saurabh said, I'm not ruling out Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid getting their act together and coming back. But against this England side, even if they do, it might become challenging. Like, I was wrong in the first prediction. I said India will win the series.
You are known to make U-turns, actually. In this podcast.
I'd be happy if
judging room.
if Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid prove us wrong.
I don't
but
make U-turns.
I want that thrill. I want that Bazball thrill to continue.
I want Bazball to fail.
And next time when England go to the moon to play the series, then we'll question whether Bazball will work or not. For now, it's a proper apology to Bazball and England's approach. Saurabh may not agree, but I at least think, okay, we should stop doubting
I
it.
will
at
not
least.
apologize. I will laud Ben Stokes. I will hail Baz McCullum. Yes, absolutely.
Off your hat.
I will question Rahul Dravid. I will question Rohit Sharma. But I will want them to come back.
Yeah.
Tough and hard.
Yeah.
Because they are champion cricketers.
There is a difference between wanting them to come back and backing them to come back. What do you want to happen? As in, do you
Both
see
of
them
them.
coming back?
Yes, they are coming back.
Tears of joy listening to this
Kinshuk,
podcast.
what are you saying? Did he make his prediction? No.
I did.
He did.
2-all draw. I said.
2-all draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's time to also ask our listeners and viewers their feedback, whether they think England Bazballed or not, whether they think Bazball has evolved or Bazball is still that kind of approach that they exhibited in the first few series that they played, and also the series prediction. Who do they want to play in Vizag? Whether it's Rajat or Sarfaraz, 4-man spin attack or 5-man spin attack. Do we have 5 spinners?
I think we have. We have Sundar, we have Saurabh,
Yes.
we have Ashwin, we have Akshar.
And
And Kuldeep.
Kuldeep.
5 spin
God.
attack. Yeah. You can actually play
Absolutely.
5 spinners. So you can send in your feedback on 8588 966 996. You could also email on pods@indiatoday.com. And if you're listening to our podcast on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, please rate us. And like we always say we enjoy reading your YouTube comments. Have a good day and hope for another thrilling test in Vizag.
You are on India Today podcasts and you are in the sledging room.